Today on the American Truck Podcast, Telltale's Batman game is coming in the summer, Star Wars Battlefront's next DLC is out next month, and you can now buy Comcast service through Amazon? Hello and welcome to the Taco Truck Podcast with Andrew C.
And Jefferson B.
I don't think he's in the call yet, and Freelance Gamer.
No, he was there.
yes,
he
he's
just
there.
was really delayed.
Yeah?
Yeah, that was super delayed.
He went and made some beeping sounds.
You went, oh, Jeff, why?
Sorry, Kyle.
Why do you always stop at turns?
That
Never let go of the...
I have this bad habit of falling onto my side, so to avoid that, I
That
stop.
literally happens every time. But the reason Dr. Uber Shadow introduced himself with a series of beeps, the Fallout 4 DLC Automatron was indeed released this week, and if you haven't already got it and you want to see what it looks like, you can check out our channel, and Dr. Uber Shadow already has a video up of it.
I did not crash into Andy. I
Tree truck
did
pilot.
crash into the wall.
Helicopter.
I have the... Nope.
Hey, Andy.
Well, welcome to
Stand
the
behind.
Open Bay Bridge. No one helps anyone here.
Well,
I want to drive
this is
across the
also-
Bay Bridge. I don't want to
Nope.
teleport across
Sorry.
it.
In true Top Gear style, we always
The
leave
Bay
a man
Bridge
behind.
is so nice. Oh, I probably get to drive it across it again anyway, because I went back to San Francisco.
Yeah, you
Way
can
to
drive.
Way
Also,
too
the
good.
Bay Bridge is kind of nice, but as somebody who now owns a bicycle in San Francisco, Golden Gate Bridge is actually really fun, even for not tourists to bike over.
So last week we also talked about that guy Rudism, who's doing the World of Warcraft playthrough with just two dance pads. Any guess where he's at level-wise today?
What was he last week? He was in the 20s last week.
72.
Oh, someone read the patch.
Someone read the
Spoiler
article.
alert.
No, because I
Spoiler
heard you
alert.
talk about it beforehand.
That's the same.
That's
as
true,
reading the
too.
Patch notes.
Well, I mean,
yeah,
it's not unbelievable. I mean, like the fact that he's even in this area, like he got through Burning Crusade. It's probably the hardest part.
Yeah.
Um,
So I mean, he was at 62 last week. He's at 72
Warlords
this
is
week,
gonna suck.
and that's as of Tuesday. So in theory, by the end of the week, maybe almost level 80.
He should be 80. Yeah, by the end of the week. That's
So-
he should actually be further than 80. I wouldn't be surprised because if he could probably get to 85 by the by this time next week. Just because that's a much easier leveling area.
Right. So that'll be interesting to see. And well, sticking with the Blizzard topics, at GDC, one of the founders of Blizzard North did a little talking about the origins of Battle.net and whatnot, and they said that when they first created Battle.net to run the Diablo peer-to-peer system, it only actually ran on one computer, just one machine.
It was a single server?
Yep.
Oh wow.
Because it was peer-to-peer, so all they needed to do was say, hey, this is Jeff's IP, here's Kyle's IP, talk to each other.
Right, it was a tracker at that point.
Basically, yeah. And so they also pointed out some of the problems that caused because it was peer-to-peer. If one person put cheats in their client so they could circumvent something, it synced to everyone. Everyone had it.
Oh,
Mhm.
that is interesting.
So that's a large chunk of the reason why the Diablo 2 became a client-to-server game and not a peer-to-peer game. So I thought that was kind of interesting, just the fact that was...
That is an interesting little
That's what I
factoid there.
We talked a couple months ago about the fact that Telltale was going to make a Batman game, and we now know that its first episode is going to be coming out sometime in the summer. As well as there's a lot of like kind of plot information that was released too, so definitely go check that out if you're interested. If you are a fan of Serious Sam games and you like Steam trading cards, to celebrate the 15 years of Serious Sam, they've went ahead and added Steam trading cards to the first and second HD encounters. So you can go and get yourself some 12-cent cards, probably.
Still wants to Sam
wait a
4.
second. I don't think I care about that anymore.
Oh, because the market
The whole-
trading thing, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Yes,
Mm.
indeed. That is correct.
The
Dr.
multi-day
Shadow
hold.
discovered that trade holds, the 15-day trade holds, also apply to marketplace sales. So, yes, indeed, that is a struggle.
Yeah.
Speaking of not struggles, in theory at least, Star Wars Battlefront DLC, The Outer Rim came out, or is coming out. I saw conflicting reports about that, where some people said that it was coming out in this week, but some other people said that it was already out. But what they might have been talking about was the Origin early access thing.
Mm.
Because that, I think you get access to it 2 weeks in advance.
Now, who gets that early access?
People
Pre-orders?
who buy early Origin access.
Ah,
Origin
That's
access
clever.
is a subscription
gotcha.
that you pay.
So you pay like by the month, and as a result,
you get access to some perks in Origin games
Oh.
as soon as they release and whatnot.
so all 2 of you out there, hope you're liking it.
Right.
Right.
But for anyone else, it's supposed to be out April 5th at 10 in the morning, Eastern
Nice.
Standard Time. And that's
That's important.
That's going to bring 4 new maps, 2 new heroes, and an extraction game mode. And then to the cheap people who haven't bought the DLC, they're going to get spectator mode. So all players get spectator mode. So you'll be able to spectate.
Well, you
I-
get to watch other people play with their cool toys.
Right, exactly.
Makes sense. to me.
Well, or on any map. It's like TF2 spectator.
I heard that the 2 heroes, when they were announced, was a shit show because everyone was pissed off because the models of those characters are already in the game. So why not make new characters?
Mm.
Or better
Who did
characters.
they add?
Guido and the other dude who's like, I don't even remember his name. I just remember that one scene where it's a trap. But not that guy.
at
At
Black Bar.
It's one of the guys, not that guy. It's one of the guys who like at the station, the guy with the big cheeks, alien.
Oh, yeah, I know who you're talking about. I don't even know his name.
Somebody out there does.
I'm
Comment
sure.
down below if you do actually know it.
So that'll be interesting. Oh no, I just hit a tumbleweed, guys.
Oh no!
Did it flip your truck?
Thankfully, no. I drove right through it.
Okay.
Oh.
It's not an impenetrable force field of tumbleweed, which you were right in thinking that probably, I would have expected that. I would have expected to plow into that and just dead stop.
Yep.
Because of the way
Also, I
it is.
figured out the yawning I'm hearing. It's my character in game going to sleep randomly.
Oh, 'cause
nice.
You've not actually slept anywhere to deal with that problem.
Nope.
You should deal with that problem.
You probably should
Hey.
at some point take a
At
nap.
some point.
Let's see. Also, in League, a long time it takes a certain number of experience to be able to get to level 30, and that can be by some considered to take an astronomical amount of time.
Yup.
And they've actually gone ahead in the 6.5 patch, which came out last week or 2 weeks ago or something like that. I just saw a shooting star. They've actually gone ahead and cut the experience level in half. So it'll take half the time to get to level 30 now, with the consequence of the players getting half the influence points that they used to get.
So you'll have half the champions from
Means they'll
before.
have half the champions and no runes and whatnot.
Yeah.
And they'll have a lot less time to learn how
Recommendation?
to play the game.
Say recommendation for anyone who's starting League and hears this: don't buy any champions, just buy runes, and then buy your champions after you've hit 30.
And then we have a minor PSA for Hearthstone. Freelance discovered that you will no longer be able to buy old packs with gold, as with these updates for the deck
Well, yeah,
packs.
Yeah, with the new format that they're putting out, which I can never remember the name for, but I didn't realize this when we were announcing this a while ago. I don't know. I don't think any of us knew this, but I looked at Hearthstone today while I was free at work, and
Quote
there was
unquote.
yeah, And there was actually, I looked at it and it said there's a little thing. If you look at it, it says these are going to go away soon. It looks like they're going to be rotating card packs out of the format as they update this new format, and that's interesting because, I mean, people probably paid a good amount of money for these cards. You can still use them, so I guess you can't be too mad. But I mean, if you can't buy them anymore, the only thing, as far as I know, is you can get the cards through crafting by using dust, by disenchanting other cards. So you'll have to get cards from other packs, disenchant them, and then create the cards from Goblin vs. Gnomes, which you can only use in their, I guess we'll call it a legacy format, where it includes all packs, rather than their new format that's only going to include the most recent.
So basically, somebody is going to get mad here in the next couple of weeks.
Maybe. I mean,
Naxxramas,
which Naxxramas, I believe, is also being pulled, which was an expansion that cost $20. And those cards will no longer be usable in this format. Now, you can still use them in the legacy format, and that still counts towards rank, and that's still a thing. So it's not like your cards are useless; they're just not usable in the new format.
In
So
the,
kind of
the
like-
standard format.
Right.
You could
So
say.
kind of like Magic, how we have legacy, modern, vintage,
So,
and you have
the goal-
standard.
The goal is to keep pressing players to finding new and better combos and being more inventive in the game.
Well-
The downside of this is that those who have invested money are now going to be in leagues with other people who have invested money.
Correct, and what's even more interesting, what's more towards, it is towards that. I do agree that it's going to make it so people have to create new, slightly more balanced and unique decks, which is good. But a lot of this probably stems back to if you bought a lot of packs of, if you bought certain cards or certain packs, certain cards with dust or certain packs with money or gold to get certain cards in hopes, because that's the card you needed for the current deck. Your deck will no longer be viable if you are aiming for a lot of the cards that are useful in Goblins versus Gnomes.
Good point, good
Fell
point.
Reaver, Doctor Boom, a good amount of Mage Mech cards are going away. So you have to figure out what the new format's going to be. You're going to use from that, and you're probably going to have to get cards. And the only way you can do that is either by disenchanting your cards from GVG, versus Gnomes, or paying more money, or paying with gold. So there's
Such
always
as-
an opportunity to make more money.
Or you could just
Well
play
done, Blizzard.
the
Well
legacy
done.
version and say screw
And
you.
then just keep, yeah, absolutely, you can do that.
Totally good.
But a lot of people are not going to. A lot of people are going to want to jump on this new format, myself included. But me, I'm going to keep the madman on the wrong side of the road. I'm gonna keep the current cards I have. Keep playing. I'm gonna play both formats if I can. And I think that's the smartest thing most people.
And before you only play one of them.
And before I play
But let's see here. One last thing that I thought was kind of interesting and really shows Amazon's desire to push themselves into new areas that maybe it might actually be quite a good idea. You can now buy and set up Comcast services through Amazon. So you can go on Amazon, you can go to, there's a special Comcast store on Amazon now where you can go and put your address in. It actually uses your Amazon account address, store addresses, any of them in there, and you can select them and then see what Comcast services are available at your address. And then go ahead and assemble a package, purchase the package, as well as I believe also purchase routers and modems as part of a thing, as well as service packages.
So it's more than just buying gear. It's actually like subscribing to the service.
Right, exactly. Like you can pick television plans and internet plans and do bundles of the different products on Amazon.
I'm curious what convinced Bezos that this was a good idea. It's definitely very gutsy in a lot of ways though, and not in a bad way. It's just it's something
It's trying
new.
to shove themselves into a different area. I mean,
Yeah.
Think of the advantages it gives Comcast too, though.
Mhm.
Oh, it's
there's
awesome.
I mean,
advantages
for all
all
we
over
know,
the
there's
place.
it'll be interesting to see if there's a Prime movie Comcast thing going on. That could be a complete possibility.
See
as
if
part
there's a
of the contract.
tie-in with like the Amazon Fire TV line or
Right.
You know, their
Any-
their particular content,
This is
pushing
true.
that over
There's a possibility of that.
those lines. So, okay, big question though: does my cable box ship Prime?
Does it ship? Hold on. Does it ship Prime now? As somebody that lives in a city with that,
Wait, really?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
like 4 hours, as long as it's over $35 and available.
So, does my cable box ship Prime?
I have
idea.
no idea. I don't have Comcast. I can't check.
Oh, wait, I have Comcast.
Yeah, you should go and check yourself, maybe.
I'll go and check eventually.
And with that, it is time to end. I hope you enjoyed this episode of the American Truck Podcast, or as I named it today, the Taco Truck Podcast, where you should go and get yourself a taco because tacos are always delicious. And if you like this video, go ahead, hit that like button down below. You know what? If you like tacos, you hit that subscribe button. If you don't have to click it. There's your out for today. And we will see you guys in the next one.